You are destroying yourself, and you call it love. You call it loyalty. You call it being a good person. But in the cold light of reality, it is none of those things. It is self-sabotage wrapped in a moral blanket. Before we go deeper, please subscribe to Easy Life Studio for more helpful content like this, because what you're about to hear can change how you protect your peace for the rest of your life. There is a terrifying truth about human nature that most people are too afraid to admit. A truth Niccolò Machiavelli whispered to princes and rulers 500 years ago. A lesson modern society tries to bury. And the lesson is this: not everyone can be saved. And more importantly, not everyone wants to be saved. Some people are not looking for a hand up. They're looking for an anchor. If you offer them your hand, they won't climb out of the water. They will pull you in. They will use your body as a raft to keep themselves afloat while you slowly drown in the depths of their chaos. You know who I'm talking about. You've met them, and maybe you're bleeding for one right now. The friend who is always in a crisis. The partner who drains your soul but demands your patience. The family member who takes your money, your energy, your peace, and repays you with resentment. You try to fix them. You try to heal them. You believe that if you love them enough, if you sacrifice enough, they will change. But Machiavelli would look at you with cold eyes and tell you the brutal truth. A person who tries to be good all the time is bound to come to ruin among so many who are not good. Compassion without boundaries is not virtue. It is a weakness, a fatal flaw that predators, parasites, and the willfully ignorant will exploit until you are nothing but a hollow shell. Today, we are going to perform surgery on your conscience. We're going to cut away the rotting tissue of blind kindness. And we're going to explore 6 types of people you must never, under any circumstances, try to save. This is not about being cruel. This is about survival. This is about preserving your power so you can use it for those who actually deserve it. If you're tired of being the one who gives everything and gets nothing but pain in return, listen closely. Because once you see human nature through this lens, you can never go back. The savior trap. Before we identify the 6 archetypes, you must understand the mechanics of the savior trap. Why do you do it? Why do you rush into the burning building when the person inside lit the match? Because you've been conditioned to believe your worth is tied to your utility. You believe goodness is measured by how much pain you can endure for others. You think saying no is betrayal. But in the real world, energy is finite. Power is finite. Time is finite. When you pour your resources into a black hole, you're not just wasting them. You are funding the destruction of your own future. Imagine a ship with limited space and limited supplies. If you bring everyone on board, the sick, the mad, the saboteurs, the ship does not become a haven. It sinks. And then everyone dies, including the innocent, including you. To save the ship, you must be ruthless about who you allow on deck. This is what we call therapeutic darkness. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is let someone hit the bottom, because the bottom is the only place where illusions shatter. When you save them, you steal their lesson. You interrupt the natural law of cause and effect. So now, the question becomes, who are the ones you must cut loose? Let's begin. And if this is already resonating, please subscribe to Easy Life Studio for more helpful content like this, because we're about to get very real. Type 1, the architect of chaos. The first type is subtle and often the most dangerous. The person perpetually followed by a dark cloud. Machiavelli warned against associating with the unlucky, not out of superstition, but observation. Because some people are not victims of fate. They are architects of their own destruction. Every time you speak to them, there's a new tragedy. They lost their job. Their car broke down. Their partner cheated. Their landlord kicked them out. A relentless stream of misfortune. At first, you feel sorry for them. You step in. You lend money. You give advice. You connect them to opportunities. And for a moment, things calm down. Then chaos returns. The job you got them? They lost it because the boss was out to get them. The money you lent? Gone. Swallowed by a new emergency. Listen carefully. Bad luck is contagious. Not magic. Psychology. These people often lack judgment, discipline, and self-awareness. They make impulsive decisions, ignore red flags, antagonize people, move carelessly, but they never take responsibility. It's always the world doing it to them. Always bad luck. If you try to save the architect of chaos, you invite their chaos into your life. When you tie your boat to a sinking ship, physics does not care about your good intentions. You go down with them. Stop trying to be their umbrella. Step back. Let the rain fall on them, because only the cold will force them to build their own shelter. If you keep shielding them, you enable their incompetence, and eventually, their bad luck becomes your bad luck. Type 2, the bottomless pit. This is the person who demands your help, consumes your help, and then resents you for it. They suffer from entitlement. They don't view your kindness as a gift. They view it as a debt you owe them. Watch the pattern. The first time you help them, they praise you. The second time, it's less gratitude. The third time, they don't ask. They expect. And if you hesitate, they punish you. Passive-aggressive comments. Coldness. Guilt trips. This is what friends do, right? Nothing you give will ever be enough. Because the void is not a lack of resources. It's a lack of character. Here's the dark truth. Dependence breeds contempt. Deep down, they hate you because your strength reminds them of their weakness. Your generosity exposes what they refuse to become. So they take your time, your money, your energy, and sharpen a knife behind your back. Want a simple test? Say no to a small request. The reaction tells you everything. A healthy person respects your boundary. The bottomless pit reacts with anger, guilt, or sudden coldness. If you see that reaction, run, because you cannot save someone who believes the world owes them a living. Type 3, the smiling saboteur. Now we go darker. The first two drain you through chaos or entitlement. This one drains you through malice. The smiling saboteur is often close to you. A friend from the beginning. A peer who started at the same level. But then you grew. You improved. You succeeded. And they stayed the same. They cannot stand it. But they're smart. They don't attack openly. Open enemies are easy. You can see their sword. This one hides their dagger behind a grin. Listen to how they respond when you share good news. Oh, that's great. But aren't the hours terrible? I'm happy for you. Just be careful. I just don't want to see you get hurt. Do you hear it? Poison disguised as concern. They plant doubt, so you shrink back down to their level. Because your success is a mirror reflecting their failure. If you try to save them by pulling them up, they will sabotage the journey. Drama before your big meeting. Bad advice. Exposed secrets. Manufactured problems. You cannot save the envious. Envy is a disease of the soul. So use the law of concealment. Hide your wins. Hide your plans. Hide your joy. Be bland, be boring, be struggling. Feed them nothing. Save your victories for people who truly wish you well. And pause here, breathe. If faces are flashing in your mind right now, that's not an accident. And if this is hitting hard, please subscribe to Easy Life Studio for more helpful content like this, because the next 3 types go after your deepest vulnerabilities. Type 4, the professional victim. This one doesn't come at you with a knife. They come on their knees. Weakness can be a strategy. Power comes in 2 forms, fear and sympathy. The tyrant uses fear, but the weak use sympathy. And sympathy bypasses your logic and injects directly into your emotions. There are true victims of circumstance, and then there are professional victims. A true victim wants to escape pain. A professional victim wants to farm it. They cultivate suffering like a garden. They wear trauma like a crown. They weaponize fragility. I can't do it. I'm depressed. You're hurting me by asking for responsibility. The world is too hard for someone as sensitive as me. If you try to save them, you enter a game you cannot win, because saving them would take away their identity. If they get better, they lose their excuse. If they get strong, they lose the attention that weakness guarantees. So they fight your solutions. You offer a ladder. They say their arms are too tired. You offer a rope. They say it burns. You try to lift them. They go limp to make themselves heavier. And the darkest part, the moment you stop rescuing them, they turn on you. They rewrite history. They paint you as the villain. They need a villain to complete their story. Don't audition for that role. Compassion for a professional victim is not love. It is self-destruction. Type 5, the arrogant fool. This is not someone who lacks intelligence. Ignorance can be cured with knowledge. This is someone who refuses to know. They are in love with their own opinion, even while it destroys their life. You see them walking toward a cliff. You warn them. And instead of gratitude, they sneer, they argue, they debate, they twist reality to protect ego. Here is the ruthless lesson. You cannot use logic to get someone out of a position they did not use logic to get into. They don't want truth. They want validation. And when you offer truth, they perceive an attack. So they drain you with circular arguments. And when they fall, because they will fall, they still won't learn. They blame everything except themselves. The colder approach is this: silence. Let reality teach them. Reality does not debate. It delivers consequences. When the arrogant fool speaks, nod and say, "Interesting." Then step back. Save your wisdom for people with the humility to say, "I don't know. Help me." Type 6, the scorpion. The final type breaks the hearts of the most loyal people. The repeater. The scorpion. You know the fable. A scorpion asks a frog to carry him across a river. The frog fears being stung. The scorpion promises, "If I sting you, we both drown." Halfway across, the scorpion stings. As they sink, the frog asks why. The scorpion replies, "It is my nature." Some people's nature is betrayal. You've forgiven them 1,000 times. They cheat, you forgive. They steal, you forgive. They lie, you forgive. Because they cry, because they promise, because they perform change. But patterns don't lie. Character is a pattern, and the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. When you save the scorpion from consequences, you train them to sting and survive. Every time you take them back, you lose self-respect, and they respect you less too. Because how can someone respect a person who keeps accepting poison? Your forgiveness becomes permission. So the only solution is the hardest act. Amputation. No tapering off. No friends from a distance. Cut it off completely. It will hurt. It will feel like losing an arm. But if the arm is poisoned and you keep it, the poison reaches your heart. The scorpion cannot be saved, only avoided. Closing, from savior to sovereign. Now you see them. The 6 faces of destruction. The unlucky, the ungrateful, the envious, the victim, the fool, the scorpion. And now you feel the heaviness, because you realize this path requires choices that will make you look bad to the weak. They will call you selfish. Good, we're like armor. Because what they call selfishness, the wise call self-preservation. What they call coldness, the wise call clarity. You must transition from the savior to the sovereign. A savior burns himself to light a fire for others until he becomes ash. A sovereign builds a lighthouse. He shines the light, but he does not jump into the waves. Those who want to be saved will swim to the light. Those who want to drown will drown in the dark. But the lighthouse remains. You are not responsible for the souls of other people. You are responsible for the vessel that carries your own. And when you stop trying to save the unsavable, a strange thing happens. You reclaim your energy. You reclaim your time. Your anxiety fades. Your finances improve. Your health returns. You begin to build an empire of peace. And in that peace, you find the strength to help the few who truly deserve it. The ones who take advice. The ones who return loyalty. The ones who grow when you water them. That is power. Not the power to endure suffering, but the power to choose who is worthy of your life. If this audiobook opened your eyes, please subscribe to Easy Life Studio for more helpful content like this. And remember, the final enemy isn't always out there. Sometimes the person you were trying to save was a projection of what you haven't healed in yourself yet. That is a shadow for another time.